I want to be able to show you guys what it is I do in this tiny little office all day. Today, I'm going to be working on a server build for a condo complex. They are budget conscious, and so the solution I had was to bring in one of our used servers from the Device Repurposing Program, thanks to generous donations from various businesses around the area. We're going to put a new operating system on it and build a server image for them. It's going to be capable of remote desktop, SSH connections. The network will have a VPN available for access, so we can securely access the camera feeds from anywhere once it's done. Let's get started. So here I'm going to be connecting to the server via a SSH connection. I've already installed the operating system, and I've put in a temporary user that I can use to kind of configure it and get everything set up for them. So this is just a command line interface over the network. I'm working on installing remote desktop software, amongst other things. Let's do an update and see if we've got anything that needs attention before moving forward. Looks like there's a few. Installing a few other things. Let's see, so Samba server, let's see if it's already got it. I don't think it does. Let's try Samba. There we go. Still waiting on the recording drives to come in, but we've got the solid state drive necessary for the operating system to run on this server here. Okay, let's go to the next step here. Next steps here is to enable remote desktop. So we're going to start setting that up now. The cool thing about this system is I've already got the network set up, and all we need to do is have it accessible through a VPN through Windows native remote desktop. Going to allow 3389 through the firewall. Reload the firewall. Oh, looks like the firewall's not even enabled. UFW enable. UFW allow 22. And we'll enable it. Cool. Ready to go. Let's see if we can get in. Okay, I can live with this. Unless it'll allow me to change which type of connection it is. So I'd much rather have the GNOME desktop environment. What you just saw was XFCE. It's another user interface that can be used with Linux. That's more like it. Okay, so you can see by default, pretty basic operating system here. You can see here that Linux takes up a minimal footprint, and we're barely using 2 gigs of RAM here, and we've got 12 cores in this processor, on this server, which is pretty great. Okay, so it looks like we've got our first glimpse at the Zoneminder user interface, accessible on localhost. Let's keep moving here. I'm going to go ahead and add firewall rules to allow 80 and 443 through. Those are our HTTP and HTTPS ports. Very important if you want to be able to browse to it. Okay, let's just check and see now if I can do this on my desktop. Oh, yeah. Yep, wouldn't you know it? There it is. Accessible. Okay, so we've got to add HTTPS here shortly, but before we start doing that, I want to get the event server set up as well. Good, now I'm just reading the output here to see if everything went okay. Now with Linux, a lot of times you get configuration files like this one. And this is kind of where you're going to configure all your things here. We'll have to get the SSL search set up in a little bit. So that's something I'm going to add here to the project list. Okay, this is complete. Can't wait for the cameras to arrive. Should be here any day now, so I can start building that out and testing it. Here I'm setting the root password so that it's not blank. Here we go again. Alright, so I'm just going to paste this pre-made command in here. However, we're going to be changing the directory here. Alright. So Apache, we should see an SSL folder. Okay, here we're changing the ownerships of this files. This is where the SSL certificates are going to be. Really, root should be the only one accessing it. Okay, let's come back over here. Okay, we've got sudo. Changing the days so it expires in 1 year. Okay, now that the SSL certs have been made, we can utilize those in a little bit. What these do is allow for encryption even over the local area connection. So instead of accessing it on an unencrypted page with HTTP, you'd be able to utilize HTTPS like you would on the common internet. Okay, we're getting ready to install here. Install the event server, yes. Install event server config. Install the hook, yes. Continue with all these packages here. Okay, let's see what kind of performance hit we're taking here. Shouldn't be much because we have no cameras running, but let's see. Okay, processor looks good. RAM looks good. Still only 3.1 gigs out of a total of 16 available, so in good shape. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of work involved. In this instance, it was recorded over about 8 hours worth of work. Quite a bit of troubleshooting in between to get everything together and working the way I'd like it to, as well as securing the server with the proper SSL certificates and the process that goes along with that. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again sometime. Thank you.